welcome to your workout. This is a beginner-friendly Pilates and yoga workout. So we'll get started in just a second and just grab your mat. Let's start out in a warrior two pose. And we're just gonna pulse into this pose. Your back foot is planted on the mat and your front foot is pointed towards the front, but the knee is not folding in. You want to open that knee up. So you're kind of like facing in a lunge position, but the back foot is at an angle and the front foot is facing forward. All right, so these are our warrior two pulses. Beginner friendly. This should be gentle on the body, but you feel your quad is working. All right, after you do a few of these pulses, let's take our hands behind the head and we're gonna dive down into the front of that knee. Using the leg strength. And 9 and 10. Staying here in this position, let's take our arms up into swimming arms. Usually we do this on the mat down low or from your belly for Pilates. And the dog is playing with a toy in the background. Let's just swim the arms for 20. (18, 19, 20). All right, we're gonna just turn our body and face the other way. Back into this warrior two footing. The same thing on this leg. So we're stretching in these hip flexor muscles and working in the quad. And now let's take the hands behind the head. Same thing, we're just doing the chest dive. And 9 and 10. All right, that's it for those two. Let's extend our arms out. Hi, Bob. Hi, little buddy. You're gonna turn your feet outward into this goddess pose. We're gonna work a little bit with our arms. So take your arms and pulse back. I know. I know, buddy. I know. You just want some attention. You're just so sweet. You wanna play with your ball? You want to play with your ball? Is that your ball? Get your ball, get your ball, get that ball. All right, so you're just standing here. Arms are extended and let's pulse back. We're working the posture and the quads. 9 and 10. All right, cactus out the arms. Again, we're focusing on that posture and let's pulse downwards. So a little bit of a squat here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take your hands to your hips, bring the feet in just a little bit closer. Now we're just lifting the heels for 20. And 19 and 20. All right, let's go into a wide leg stretch. Push the hips forward to start. Maybe your hands can go behind your back to help push the hips forward. So we're working on stretching, and then we're gonna take it down low. Maybe lean your head back, open up the chest, and then forward fold, wide leg forward fold. Hands just come down the middle, straighten out the arms, and we're gonna tap our elbows to the floor. So keep the arms from fanning out wide. Let's keep them in close and just press the elbows down to the floor. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, walk the right hand over to the left leg or the left foot. You can slide down the leg if you can reach, and then the other arm behind you is palm facing up, so my hand is facing the camera, not the back wall, or you can wrap the arm behind your back. We're just doing a standing saw pose or stretch, and then let's walk to the other side. Same thing. The right arm reaches up, palm facing up, and you're reaching for the floor or some part of your leg, maybe wrapping that arm behind your back. All right, and then hands come back to the floor, walking the feet in, roll the body, and then let's roll it back down. So a little bit of a bend in the knees as you roll up, and then let's fold it down. And then two more, rolling up, and then folding down, and then we're rolling back up, and roll the shoulders out just a little bit. All right, we're gonna do some standing balance. One of the balance poses will be yoga, and then the other will be Pilates. Right now, let's do the Pilates star. So with your arms stretched out, lift up, and then switch. Make it a little bit fluid here, flowing. That's 4, 5. Kick that leg up as high as it wants to go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to hold here for balance. And then shift over and hold on the other side. All right. Good. That's a good workout for the shoulders, surprisingly. Now take the right foot and bend the knee. So you just open up that right knee and slide it or help it up to the inside of your leg, either down low or up high. Now we're balancing in our tree pose. If you need support, grab onto a chair or hands to the wall. All right, and then take that leg down. We're just simply shifting. Again, if you want to assist your leg getting to that spot, you can do that. Okay, and then let's slide the leg down. We're going to forward fold into a warrior 3 leg kick position. We're going to support ourselves with our hands or yoga blocks if you have them. So taking the right leg, you're going to feel this in the opposite leg. Your left leg is getting a deep stretch here. Let's kick this right leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, walk them out just a little bit to stretch. And then let's take the left leg up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, come down. We're gonna get into a cosmic egg. Right now I'm balancing on my toes. If you need to sit on a pillow or something so you can do this balance, or just put your hands to the floor. If you're trying the balance, fold your arms around in a hug around your knees. And you're doing your cosmic egg. And then we're going to open up the cosmic egg into a malasana squat. So maybe you're down here, so malasana squat, kind of feet are out wide. You can either come this low or come all the way almost till you're sitting on the ground, but you're just hovering above the ground. So Pick whichever comfort spot works for you, and then try to sit up tall. Lift up your body, lift up your chest. Holding here for just a couple of seconds. And then we're gonna sit down. We're gonna roll like a ball. So come to the front of your mat. You need a little space behind you to roll for 1, 2. You're using your momentum to balance. Lift the feet up off the floor. 3, 4, and 5. Now let's do the same thing with our ankles crossed. You're gonna grab your big toe, and when you come up, you switch your feet. So let's try that one. This is the crab. Here we go. Rolling back, and then switch the feet. Roll back, switch the feet. 2 more. Roll back, and when you come up, you switch. And 1 more, and switch. All right, now we're gonna sit into our teaser style position. Your feet can be on the floor or lifted up, and you can also support yourself in the back. So I'm just gonna keep my hands off. Hi, buddy. And right now we're just lowering and lifting. So doing a boat to canoe, supported, or if you're ready, pull your feet up off the floor and try it this way. Do 10, 8, 9, and 10, and then come back and take a break. Now we're going to do our Russian twist. Also, the feet can be lifted, or you can keep them on the ground. Take the hands together and go from side to side. Hey, Bob. I know, buddy. 3, 4. I'm just using one arm. So the dog wants me to pet him, but you're going to feel this activate your whole core. I know, buddy. 18, 19, and 20. And then come back up to rest for just a second. Let's go ahead and fold the knees out into a butterfly position for a stretch. This is a good hip opening stretch, relaxing pose. Oh, I know, little buddy. What do you have on your fur? What do you have? You have little things on your fur. All right, now we're gonna do the leg series, working with our core and our leg movement. So taking the legs up and down, your back is pressed in a neutral position to the mat, so it should not be lifting up off the floor. So take your legs as low as you can go without lifting up your back. And 9, and 10. And bring them back into your chest and hug the knees. Let's go into our single leg stretch. The beginner version would be your head is resting on the mat. The more advanced version, you can lift your head so that you feel the activation in the core. And we're doing just a single leg switch, single leg stretch, but you're using both hands. I'm just petting the dog with my other hand. 8, 9, and 10. Now bring both legs in. We're going to do a double leg stretch. So both arms are going to reach and circle above, and the legs are going out at the same time. A coordinated movement. So let's do 10 of these. Back is staying on the floor for these also. 9, and 10. You feel the core activate. All right, let's do one single leg at a time. So take one leg to the floor, and you're gonna do a big circle or a small circle. 5 down and up, and then 5 the other direction. So come back to the center each time and reverse the direction. 3, 4, and 5. And come back up, switch the leg out. Let's do the other leg. Your head can rest on the floor. 3, 4, and 5. Back to the center, switch the direction. And 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do a couple of inversions. If you're not comfortable with the inversions, just keep your hips down on the floor. First, let's go ahead and just work with lifting the hips up. So this is a reverse crunch, just picking the hips up. You can also fold the knees in to feel that in your abs. 8, 9, and 10. So pick whichever one works best for you. If you want to try lifting the hips all the way up, you can try this, and maybe let's just bicycle the legs. If you're down on the floor with your spine and your hips, you can also try it that way. Hi, Bob, and then we're gonna go in reverse. Again, all these can be done with your back on the mat. Go ahead and put your heels together. So we're just shifting the hips in this little butterfly position. And then we're going to go down into a fold, to a bridge. So bring your feet down. Now we're up in our bridge. Let's do 10 bridge lifting exercises. So you're just pushing the hips up for 1, 2, 3, keep going. Use your glutes to lift you up. 8, 9, and 10. Whew, all right, I'm gonna give you the option to do a little bit of an advanced forward fold. So right now, a forward fold, you're just gonna reach down and grab your feet. And I have one of my YouTube commenters wants me to do this chicken pose, this yoga style chicken pose, which means you take your hands underneath your knees and try to grab the back of your head. So if you can fold that way, or if you want to sit up and try it, you're just going to put your head through your knees like this. That's the beginner version of it. I'm going to go down into my forward fold and try sliding my hands underneath and putting them to the back of my head. So this becomes a variation of the chicken pose, Murgasana. And then this is a really good forward fold, a deep forward fold. Let's go ahead and release that. We're going to come to all fours and get into a cat-cow, rolling the spine up, tucking the chin, and then extending. So you're just rolling. This is your exhale, and extending to come forward, lifting up, and rolling forward, and lifting up, and rolling forward, and shaking out the tailbone. And then let's go into our bird dog. So this means the left arm and the right leg will lift up together and hold. Then let's switch, and we're gonna hold. Then we're gonna move a little bit faster just to get our bodies used to the positioning. Here we go. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, now we're gonna do a hip dip. So come into a plank position on your knees and just roll the hip to side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push back, stretch out in a child's pose. Then let's come into a low plank position and hold. Let's try to hold for 20 seconds. If you need the assistance, put your knees to the floor. That's the beginner version. Otherwise, pick the knees up and hold your low plank for 20 seconds. And that was about 20. And then we're gonna go up into a high plank. And again, you can use your knees for a beginner position. Press your knees to the floor. If you're doing the regular plank, just lift the knees up and your body barely changes movement. And let's hold here for 20 seconds. 18, 19, and 20. Take a little rest. Let's sit on our feet and do a toe stretch here. Bring your hands to the back and you're just gonna lift your knees off the floor and tap them down. So lift up and down. 2, 3. You can also do the advanced version of this, which is balancing on your feet and tap the knees. And come up and down. You're shifting your hips back, and that's what helps you balance. So pick one version over the other. And 9 and 10. Good. Now tuck the toes under. The arms are going to come up into this tricep press swinging position, and we're going to lift up onto our knees and down, up and down for 10. And 3, 2, and 1. And then push back up into a thigh stretch. You can tuck your toes under. Arms are going to extend out, and let's just lean back for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's take a single hand back to the heel for 1, 2, 3, just reaching back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and stick out the left leg. Let's come into a lizard stretch, dropping that right hip, and let's bring the hands to the inside of the left leg. So you're just supporting yourself in your lizard stretch. We're holding here. If you want to fold your knee, here's the side view. If you want to push on that knee, you can try that version. Or you can even pick up the back knee. Try that version. And then let's go ahead and slide that leg down into our pigeon pose. Adjust your foot or leg as you need. So now we're in our pigeon. We're just holding for a few seconds. Let's push back up into a downward facing dog. Walk out and stretch just a little bit. Then go ahead with the right knee and drop the back knee to the floor. We're in our lizard pose for a few seconds. Also, you can lift up the back leg, pulse into it, and then taking that right leg down into your pigeon stretch and just sit up tall or come all the way down, and you're getting deep into that back hip glute area. Let's push back into our downward facing dog. A couple of deep breaths here. And then just walk up, roll the body forward, and that's going to be it for today's blended, beginner-friendly yoga and Pilates session. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. Bye.